Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Just give me a second while we ping the Discord. And then we'll have a little bit of hello people and talk about what's going to happen today. Everyone's looking forward to their weekends. Cool. So it should be a pretty quiet stream today, I imagine. 3 PM on a Friday. So we'll see who we get, see who we manage to see. And then we're going to do some suburb detailing today. There's a few little areas of Noob Yoke that needed to be round out. So we will do that as well. Right, but otherwise, let's start with a little bit of hello people. Malay, Chef Josh, John, Crafty Cats, Bad Wolf, Momo, Mehmet, Lauren, Malay again, Zabar, Jude, Jen, James, and Josh. Hello everyone. So early, it's only 20 minutes. I was just, I was just ready to go, so there's no point just sitting here, right? We might as well just get started. But look at Noob Yoke, everyone. The city has changed a ton since we were in here last for a live stream. But look at that skyline. That new skyline is so much better, isn't it? Goodness gracious me, everyone. What a wonderful area. Really happy with it. Anyway, there is some things to do today. So when we drew in this big arterial road last time that connects into the new downtown, there's some suburb that needs to be expanded here. And then also over this side as well by the windmill turbine interchange. We need to do some stuff over here, so we'll do that as well today. But pretty fun. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Friday. Anyway, looking forward to your weekends. We can just hang out together here and have a chill stream. So let's dive in. So these arterial networks over here have become quite confusing now, so we probably need to just sort of rethink about how all these roads interconnect with each other. So I'm just going to start by deleting all of them, basically. So it'd be nice if we could get some cycling through this suburb. There is actually already cycling here, isn't there? Yeah, we did this design ages ago, so we could actually bring in some of the new 6-lane cycling stuff. I don't think I'd be adverse to that. So let's go ahead and bring this road down. Let's actually do it from that next one then. Let's do there. And then connect into the road. That's wonderful. You will then break away to rejoin this road over here. Let's bring it out straight and then we'll do a curve with a road guideline. Tremendous. Wonderful. There we go. Show up any zonings. There's going to be a lot of nasty zoning happening around here today. We need to be careful, of course. Oh, I did just unzone all that though. Let's come off the fill. Go away. You probably all need to go as well. Because we're on the edge of the really old tar boundary here, so things are going to be a little bit ugly. Yes, just remove all that as well. Cool. So that kind of refigures how this one flows down here. Which now leads this one, which doesn't go anywhere, so that's okay. And then we might as well just bring this one out on another little curve now to bring it to a nice happy close. Cool, that should do. And then this can connect up to here now. With it being, what's it called? Cycling road. And then we can have that. Should we go on the angle actually? I think the angle might be nice. Cool. And then yes, just become a cycle road. Cool. So that kind of sorts things out down this end a little bit, which now gives us kind of the appropriate space in to finish this suburb off, which we can do. Hey, Valley Lad, Minor, if you can do, welcome into the stream, guys. Can we get a bird's eye view of the whole of Ilos? When we're in Ilos, we can, Momo. This is Noobs Guide. But yes, when we're in Ilos again, I can give you a full bird's eye view. Yes. Who else is in? Wiseman, welcome in, buddy. How you doing? Sandia, definitely chill after Elden Ring, or did you just get battered, did you? Yes, I've not played Elden Ring for ages. I do like Elden Ring as well. It's good. Dr. Bing now, so I can't watch, but happy to listen to you all. Welcome in, Bad Wolf. Thank you for still hanging out anyway. James as well, welcome in, buddy. How you doing? Welcome in. You should have more subscribers than you do. Thank you. Blood Bros came in. That's very nice of you to say. Likes and comments always help bring more subscribers, so thank you for those that do leave them. It does all help. And for those that haven't seen the Few Candy collaboration as well, I built in Oregon yesterday. That was a really fun build, and Few Candy built in Ilos as well. If you haven't seen the collab, please do go ahead and check it out. Cool, so I just want to sort of finish off these little base suburban frames that are coming through here. So we're starting to encroach upon the mountain here. So we're definitely going to let that Noobs guide forest just kind of run the duration of it. Let's bring the strength down a little bit. So we'll use that as kind of a natural border. Now I'm not averse to like a little mountain road that perhaps snakes up over the hill and then comes along here and maybe hooks into a local road in the suburb. It might get some use, so we'll check it out anyway. Does anyone use the airport landscaping tool to flatten large plots of land? Is it effective for landscaping or does it always leave awkward edges? I've never used it for terraforming. I suppose you could. I think it's a lot more expensive, isn't it, to paint an airport area? I think you'd probably end up paying more money, I think. I don't know, that's just assumption. That isn't any testing, I'm not sure. So similar thing with all our forest palette, like to make it really thick on all the grass, and then where we have maybe a little bit of brown and kind of beige exposed, that's where we can sort of leave the sort of mountain to be a little bit more natural. It shouldn't look too bad now sat on the hillside there, should it? Yeah, slightly thicker forest lining. Quite happy with that. Wonderful. So let's keep all this green cities. There's no point changing the style up now because we're so close to the edge of the suburb. So we'll let this just run through here, probably up to there as well actually. And then down there. Wonderful. We've got 49 of you here already. Thank you for hanging out on a mid-afternoon Friday stream, everyone. This is usually Ilos's stream slot, but stuff in Noobs Guide needs doing. It's not been streamed for a long time, so it needs it. Okay. I'm actually just kind of analysing this road here now. I don't think I want this one anymore. Yeah, I think we want you to go away. And then we're going to bring this big cycling lane back into this road instead. Will you play friendly with the angle? Yes, you will. Wonderful. Can we come onto a road guideline curve as well? Yes, we can. How generous. And then this actually does feed back into the original cycling infrastructure we had over this area, which I'm possibly keen to upgrade now into some of the new roads. Should we go for the bicycle lanes with trees? And then upgrade the tree. What should we go for? Maybe content creator? Date palm perhaps? It's always a favourite, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. That feels a little bit more cohesive now, doesn't it? Letting all that cycle infrastructure flow into itself rather than sort of bending off into nowhere. I think that helps. Loved both the collab episodes. They were amazing. Thank you, Malay. Hey, Mr. Whale. Welcome into the stream. Collab was fire. Thank you, Jen. Glad you enjoyed it. Hey, Horrible20. Welcome into the stream. Welcome in. Hey, Egg. What look are you using? Noobs Guide uses Relight Warm, James. Yeah, Relight Warm for Noobs Guide. You want to see it compared to the base game vanilla. It's quite harsh. Sorry, to tropical. That's what tropical is. But Diamond Coast is a little bit washed out. You find if you put Relight Warm on, it just sort of pops things a little bit more. A lot brighter. Cool. So anyway, let's get zoning. We've got a mad amount of residential demand. I'm actually not averse to maybe having a bit of high density against the main road there. We'll leave that in. Yep, let's get these zoning up. We don't need to be too careful with green cities. It's pretty friendly for mass zoning. Oh, you were tile off fitting in. That's so annoying. Why don't we make like a little community centre here out of a grid rather than zoning everything? So why don't we drop in a carousel, a single bit of commercial, a thunderbox from Park Life maybe a little restroom in there, maybe a zoo one. Actually, I think the zoo one's a little bit nicer, isn't it? Zoo restrooms, yes, there we go. And then we'll also have a dirt pathway in there. And then we'll do a little prop space. Maybe let's grab a pavilion. We'll have that on the corner. We'll go ahead and grab some content creator trees. Let's do maybe some wild bushes. Always a nice time. Use the prop line tool for it. And let's go up to 3 meters is usually what I go for. Cool. I'll have that there. I am happy with that asset. That's perfect. Go ahead and do a couple of trees next to that as well. Maybe a couple of live oaks. Yes, please. And some benches from Park Life will probably round out that space quite nicely. Cool. And then as we continue to surround that with a bit more zoning, just have like a little community centre within all the zone squares. Better than just zoning everywhere, isn't it? It's not too bad. Hey E6, welcome into the stream. You're welcome, James. No worries, mate. No worries. I would love a content creator pack. That's nothing but props and trees. Yes, James, that would be nice. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Beach props would be more than welcome. Yeah, some sort of beach prop would be great. Let's do high density here. And we might as well continue the theme of high density here, actually. Let's remove these zone-ins, go away, and then do 4 deep there. And then change all that out for low density again. Cool. So there's kind of a natural space here for me, like a big green space as we sort of blend out of the city. Because I don't really want much more infrastructure over this hill. I kind of want the city to end here. So I think maybe a little bit of sort of like big parkland in this area. With some green cities, high density surrounding it might be quite nice. So we'll see how that idea develops. I'd also like some commercial facing into it as well if at all possible, so why don't we go for commercial here instead. That should be alright. My lunch is over, Egg. Looking forward to catching up on your content later, including your collab with VC. Take care, Egg, and enjoy the stream. Everyone, thank you so much, Valley. Enjoy the rest of your workday, mate. Thank you for hanging out on the stream. Okay, I think I'm on board with that for sort of a big old green belt. It's a shame we can't make a water feature. That would be really nice for a little park like this, but we can maybe do sort of like a rock park instead, rather than a water park. Might be quite nice. We'll see what happens anyway. These assets are all wonderful. You need water? Yes, you do. Please ignore the horrendous water work. They're all going to be deleted anyway at some point, because we're going to have to save the node count. Because we probably will hit Noobs Guide's node count now we've come to 25 tiles. Oh, Mehmet Ali Briskin with 100 Turkish Lira Super Chat. New library will be good for community centre. Absolutely will, Mehmet. Thank you so much for all the support, mate. Really appreciate it. So that's really generous. And yes, absolutely agree that a library would be good. So why don't we see if we can position a library kind of as a centrepiece of the park here. And for the community as well, of course. Well, then again, there's opportunities now for angles to come in. Why don't we not be as obvious as that and then come across? I mean, that's going to maintain the perfect 45-degree angle. If a library fits there, then we could be in business. Yeah, good shout, Mehmet. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. We'll do that. Yes, and then we'll let the park space develop off the back of it. These roads don't match, so let's change this down to just a regular 4-lane here. Then it can go into its grass version there. Anyone cycling here yet? Yes, there is people cycling back and to from the downtown, actually. That's very nice to see. Good. Cool, let's keep our eye on these demands though, because I want to get this suburb growing out. So yeah, more low density here. And then I'd like a little bit more high density, sort of looking into the park. Again, specifically zoning with the high density because we want sort of larger solid like blocks of apartments and flats, etc. So larger spaces will give us that vibe. Cool. Yeah, let's do a little bit of detailing out here, shall we? Why don't we grab some of that wild hedging again? There's something quite wholesome about wild hedge lined designs. It's become like my new favourite thing. Let's get the statue. Well, actually, we've got plazas and promenade statues now, haven't we? Should we do maybe this one? Modern sculpture. Can we sort of eyeball this roughly in the middle? Don't think I hate it. And I think a little bit of tasteful walking pathway actually. Let's come off all of our snap ends. And then let's bend this down into here. And up there. Pretty random pathway. But it'll do a job. Cool. I made it. Even the plague can't keep me away. Welcome in autumn rain. Sorry to hear you've contracted the plague. Hope you well. That's not a good one. I like the library there. Looks good. Thank you, Dana. God, you think so? Hey, Nicola. Welcome into the stream. The wild hedge is quite underrated. It is, isn't it, Jen? It is. The wild hedge gang. I think we could possibly complement that space as well with maybe a few little vanilla bushes. Just that little contrast of green I think goes a long way. A few palms in there too. I know it's not centralised with the statue, but I kind of like that. I don't think it's too bad, is it? Tremendous. Alright. So yes, I very much want this sort of parkland here to be surrounded by these green cities flats, which I think is sort of coming together now, isn't it? So is there any assets we want in the greenbelt space? There could be potentially some uniques that might work here. Sunken shopping mall's a bit more of a downtown asset, isn't it? There's the lungs of the city, which looks awful. we'll see if we can use that one. And there's also Central Park as well, which is way too big for this space. Okay. And then... Actually, do we even want this in? Should we try and use the lungs of the city? This asset actually should be like renamed into the bum cheeks of the city because it's just awful. No one ever uses it. Let's do some dirt road instead. Let's go ahead and bring this out on an angle. We're gonna try blend it in. We'll see what we can do with it. So first of all, I'd like to be aligned with this road here. And then can we come out from there? Very nearly. Let's go on to the guideline actually. There we go. And then over into there. Cool. So that will allow us to place the lungs a little bit easier. Let's have that there. And then in each of kind of the main corners of the park, let's just go ahead and place in some larger park assets. Maybe a botanical garden might be a stretch actually. We might have to sort of double check that one. Does that work? Is that something we want to try and integrate in? Kind of does. It kind of does. More of moderation? Not here, I don't think, no. Please center the statue. It's bugging me. It's part of the design, Nicola, when purposely not... It's centered within the library. Or do you want it centered within the triangle? I guess I can do that, right? But in terms of design, it is supposed to be off center. But yes, I can put it in the middle of the triangle at least. Is that centered? Yeah, it's a little bit more centered. That's okay. Rename it then to Bum Cheeks of the City. All it needs is a little bit of love from Bob. It does, VC, but we're in vanilla problems today. Okay, we can do that. I'll probably get some dislikes for that one. Cool. Is that a snappable path on the front of it? No, it's not. Botanical garden. I don't mind it. It's not the worst. I think we might be able to blend it in. I think we'll go for it. Okay, we'll leave it in anyway. We'll see what happens. And then let's continue to place in other park assets. So let's go for... What have we got so far? We've already got the large playground. So let's go ahead and zone up a bit more space. There we go. I get some low worker demands over there. Okay, so let's do a small playground as well. Let's have that on the corner. We've already got a carousel near here. We could also have a bouncy castle park maybe. Let's have that on the main road. And then maybe a Japanese garden on the corner would look tasteful. Oh, poured in a 2x2 concrete brush from the Oridon collab. That's why. Can never quite get away from Oridon, can I? There's always an asset lingering. There's always an asset lingering. Unpopular opinion, but Botanical Garden sucks. In general, or in this area, Autumn Rain? Okay. Oh, so no, just meant in general. Yeah, I guess with you could turn that asset into whatever you want with Bob, I think, couldn't you? Because you could bob off benches, the fencing, and the trees, and basically turn it into a different asset. One thing I never actually considered to bob the what's it called? Lungs of the Sea. Have you used it in Oridon yet? If you see, I don't think you have you? If you have, I've missed it. Okay, and then lots of meandering dirt path, basically, that just kind of fills in the space around the rest of the build. I actually do end up planning some larger rock formations here, though. Can we piece together like a larger rock piece just by fusing in some rock decals together? Let's get some of these embedded ones in the ground as well. A bit something like that. Cool. Afternoon place in the botanical garden. I see. You do see correctly indeed, Brassack. Welcome to the stream, mate. How are you? How are you all? By the way, guys, Instant Gaming have got a Black Friday sale on today. It's pinned at the top of the live chat. Well, through till Monday, actually. But it's even more ridiculously cheap than it usually is. So if you're missing something that you've wanted to pick up, then go ahead and do it. Now's the time to. Using the link helps support the channel, so thank you very much if you do end up using it. Okay, so I think just a general kind of natural sort of content creator forest around here now should be fine. I'm not totally averse to embellishing little sections with what should be Green City's commercial at this point. Let's make sure we're in the same district. There we go. Cool. Why does everyone hate the lungs of the city? I think it's the tree, Diana. I think it's the redwood tree is such a... What's the word? Almost obnoxious, I think. I mean, I'm sure it's wonderful in the right setting of like a Californian mountain, but in a tropical suburb, it really stands out. And because you can't change it, I think it just gets overlooked because of that fact, I think. That's my opinion anyway. People might hate it for different reasons. Okay, so I want some zoning through the back of here as well. Let's cut through that one. Cool. And then how close are we to the mountain here? Let's probably come up a few more frames. And then this would actually be a good space to lead that mountain road out of, so why don't we do this now while we're here? If we bring it on regular road, and then do I want to, I think I'll switch to a highway, just so the AI reads it as a quicker route. Although I don't want it to be too quick though, because we will take this over the tunnel. Let's do this with our topography tool on as well, just so we can see how the highway road's going to sit against these grade contour lines. Yeah, I'm trying to want to stay on this one here. It should give some nice lights to the hillside as well during the nighttime views from the new downtown. Okay, yes, let's go through here. Let's go through here. And I guess just hook into there for right now. Exactly where you come in doesn't really matter, I suppose, at this point in time. Just want to see if people use it. I imagine they will, because it's faster road. Cool. Yeah, let's just sort of chill out here for a second. I just want to see if the AI does use that road at all. We'll have a little catch up on the chat. Good mate, I got a cheeky 10 minutes before taking the dog out for a walk. Happy days, that's what we like to see, mate. How is Rosie? Hope she's well, Brassack. That's his dog, by the way, not the wife. I used that Heart Fountain idea in my city last night next to a high school for those Insta moments. Glad to hear, Jen. Yes, it'd be a good thing for like a prom, wouldn't it? It's quite an American thing. I'll have like a little prom. Yes. I threw myself on the keyboard. Got to hear Martin. Insta moments for Sims. Yes, she isn't. She Liz. Trees are too dense. In the park, Eggsy. We'll have a look in a second, mate. Looks good in this build. Out of place. Could be. Hey Egg, so happy with the Brazil win yesterday. I missed the Brazil game. I do enjoy watching Brazil play. I am a big admirer of Casemiro. Just what a wonderful midfielder. Yeah, I enjoy watching Casemiro play. But yes, Brazil, a very good team. Yes. Good. What was it? What was the score? Was it 2-0? I think it was, wasn't it? Do I just click the link and type in the DLC I want, or do I need to use a code? No, just as long as you go through my link, Nicola, you'll be okay. Yeah, that's all you need is the link. It's a trackable link. You don't need to add in like an OE code or anything like that. Okay, so that was a road maintenance vehicle, wasn't it? So he doesn't really count. You're a post. Okay, so you reside at the Sheffield residence, and you are going to the shopping mall in the downtown, and you are choosing to take the high-speed road as opposed to going the normal way. Which I guess is alright. I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I don't really want, I don't know. It really depends how much traffic this high-speed road siphons off, but we'll just bear with it. We'll see what happens. If it backs up, then we know it's not a good idea. Anyway, let's come over here again. So let's get rid of these. I actually wonder if we want to do some, perhaps, little garden, not garden, farmers market things with green cities here. Might work, we'll see. Dents on the lungs, that's why it's not a good asset. Oh, you mean it's too dense on the lungs, do you think? You know, what would be really good from this asset is to have these cabins as ploppable props. That would be so good if we had those. That'd be great for little detail in little areas, little rural builds like that. That'd be so nice. Okay. Rosie's doing really well, thanks. Glad to hear, Brassack. Glad to hear. A bit more commercial on the back of here, I think. Let's go for a big one there. I feel like there's some assets I'm neglecting for this. Definitely some tennis courts and stuff will work. Where do we want these in? Let's maybe have these as... Not really nature reserve though, are they? They're kind of covered in concrete. We'll have them behind the shops though. Is there anything from tourism? No, probably not. Park life. Nature reserve assets actually would probably be a good shout here. Things like the camping site. How well do you work actually with the lungs of the city? Absolutely not at all, because you have tropical trees on you. Not a chance. Absolutely awful. Nope. We could do the bouldering site actually. The bouldering site would work here. Might look a bit weird I suppose, but might work nicely next to the rocks. I guess it gives the rocks a bit more purpose. I think. I don't hate it anyway, it's not too bad. If the lungs of the city was a bit larger and the trees more spread out, it could have worked better. Yeah, it does. Well, I might make this the Spice of the Month actually. Oh, it's Spice of the Month entry today, isn't it? I need to do that in the Discord later. Yeah, maybe we can do the bum cheeks of the city as the Spice of the Month at one point. We'll wait and see. I'm halfway through your Navaria playthrough, loving the content, keep it up. Thank you, Back to Front. Glad you're enjoying Navaria, mate. Lauren will be happy to hear that. Some more Navaria fans. Glad you're enjoying the series, mate, thank you. Okay, so we can get some green cities patterns in here. Let's go ahead and bring those content creator trees back in, so it's not kind of battering the pattern. Do we want to bring in... Do I even have access to redwoods? Yes, I do. I could place some redwoods further around the lungs of the city to try and make it look as though it's not so relentlessly square. Which also sounds like the Thunderous Gentleman from Roboco for those that watched it. Does that make it worse or does that make it better? I think I like it. I love that there's people walking through this park already. I do want it to be very thickly tree lined though. Like it is a little kind of mini forest reserve. Soy and lentils in the park, yeah, that's alright. I don't mind that, to be fair. I know it's not a farmer's market building, but it's nice. We'll have it. Let's keep it specifically zoned in that space. I'm okay with you, maybe a little bit more commercial there, and then it looks like we can feed in another pathway here. So this is always like a really fun way of just killing like a vast amount of dead space without any mods as well. So big flowy dirt paths, mixes of park assets and commercial. You can get some really nice vibes going. What do we want here? There's a nice little reserved space there, isn't there? It's kind of perfect for some more deep zoning, I think. Yeah, so that looks so good. Are you a fan, Martin? It's kind of blending, isn't it? Why don't we drop in some car parking as well? Because now we actually have vanilla car parking. I forget about it nearly 90% of the time. I don't really want these big square car dealerships everywhere though. Let's see if we can change the asset out for something else. Okay. I'm attempting a Noobs Guide snow build on the Navaria map. I gotta say, Eggsy, that no matter it looks 100 was better than on. It does, yes. The Navaria map is amazing. Eggsy did a wonderful job of it for us. Got a taxi stand there. And then maybe like a little info booth here on the corner. So it's like a little entrance into the park, I guess you would call this. I guess this is a park, right? Do we hate the dirt road through the middle? Do we want maybe like one of the new fancy ones? Maybe like the tree medium with trees? Obviously, it's not going to be a tree medium without trees, isn't it? And then that allows us to bring in maybe a fancier sort of cottonwood vibe into the park. I think I do prefer it with the cottonwood road in. Sort of this ultimate green space where there's children's activities, etc. Little libraries and gardens. Is it alright? I think so. I think I'm on board with it. Let's carry on bringing in that content creator forest. That did delete my pathway though. Okay. Cool. We've got 106 of you here as well for a Friday afternoon. Welcome in, guys. So we're having, oh, well, looking forward to a wonderful weekend anyway. It's not really started yet, has it? And are enjoying the World Cup, if indeed you're following along. Interested to know if we have any World Cup fans in. Of course, we should have lots of different fans. I only really kind of encounter sort of English, Scottish or Welsh fans living in the UK, so I never really kind of get to hear opinions from internationals on the World Cup. So if you're following it, please feel free to mention who you're following. I think a bit of fencing here might be welcome. Let's do some nature reserve vibes. Just where we have the cracks in the path pattern. And it should just fill this general space for us here, I think. Trees on the road, surely redwoods. Oh. Oh, they're tiny. Tiny baby redwoods. That's fucking adorable. Oh my god, yes. Look, see, that's a much more tasteful little tree, isn't it? It's much more usable. I mean, I know redwoods in the real world are like top 10 tallest trees ever. But tiny baby redwoods are quite adorable. I thought that would look horrendous, but I'm not against it. I think we might go for it. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay, so yes, it's like lots of very... Oh, let's get some colour in here as well, actually. Everything's very green at the minute. Yes, there's lots of jacaranda knocking around. Probably bring in... I always constantly neglect the vanilla colour trees now because we've got content creator trees, and these will do nicely around here too. It's these little purple numbers. Cool. You also killed the part next to the car park when you upgraded the dirt road. Did I? Oh, here, yes, good shout, Brassack. Good shout, mate. Nice one. Yeah, good shout, mate. Nice one. Well spotted. Well spotted. It's not a bad green space, though, is it? It really fills in an awkward area with a unique building that we wasn't planning to use. At least we've got that one in. I wonder if we can use every single unique in the Noobs guide before the series ends. It's a difficult one. There's a lot of very awkward uniques to use. Okay, there's more zoning opportunities here. Let's keep that going. Lots of back-to-back zoning here just so we get that dense kind of hillside suburban crawl. I imagine you guys are going to want education at some point. We're running very low on elementary. You guys got a high school near here? There's another elementary school there. I could maybe do with one over this side. Like this spot here actually might do nicely for a little school campus maybe. Let's go for a 2-lane medium with trees, and we can actually put this on quite a tasteful frontage kind of against this main road. I think that's quite nice. So let's grab a school. We could go for one of the high capacity ones. We do have high over... Oh, no. No. Instantly no, after seeing it. No, thank you. Green cities. It's always the safest bet, isn't it? And it works. Oh my god. What the hell? Hillary with a $99.99 US super chat. $100 basically. That's pretty crazy. Egg, I watched over 100 hours of your content across Ilos, Palavan, and Noobs Guide. You've inspired me with your creativity and calm approach. Happy holidays to you and yours. Goodness gracious, Hillary. That's absolutely insane. Thank you so much for that donation. That's very, very generous. And I'm glad you've enjoyed the content to the point you deem it worth that much. That's absolutely crazy. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you do enjoy it. Yeah, that really means the world to me. And thank you for the support. That really helps. That's definitely worthy of a naming, isn't it? I think the name here is already taken by a patron. Is there anything else in Noobs Guide that hasn't been claimed? That's not really anything. That's just a small area. There must be something unnamed around here, right? We haven't named the stadium. The stadium pedestrian district hasn't been named. Hillary, if you would like it, anything specific, please tag me again in the live chat, but I will call this... What should we call the stadium? The Hillary Arena? But if you wanted something else, Hillary, please let me know. Thank you for the super chat. Very, very generous. I appreciate you. Goodness gracious, everyone. Crazy support. What were we doing? We were building a school campus, weren't we? Yes, we were. Right. Let's do this then. So let's move the basketball courts onto that road behind. Space already occupied? I think you find it's not. Literally, you're already sat there. What are you talking about? There you go. Cool. What about high density schools? I was thinking that, Gary, but I don't know. I think that they're just quite modern. It's not really the vibe I want here, I don't think. Anyway, yes. Let's bring on some fencing. So we'll do the classic little school sort of fence area detailing here. School playground detailing is the word I'm looking for. Let's bring on some farm fencing as the entrance in, and then we definitely want this running the length of the road, so the school has some amount of privacy. I think I want a thick live oak line kind of sheltering the view into the playground as well. It's quite, let's just place it manually, and that's like unnecessarily prop line tool work. It's just sometimes I feel like I use mods for the sake of just having them, when like it's just a lot easier to do it manually. It really is. Okay, there's no point using pathways here because they're of course not going to be used. Actually, on a second thought, if I did that in a park life area, I could have a little piggy train. Maybe it's like a private school, so they've got like rich kids' toys, and I can angle it there so it'll remain connected. Yeah, I think we'll do that, and then we'll just fill the rest of it out with some basic park life props. So let's get some merry-go-rounds here. Oh. Couple of seesaws too. And we'll get 2 of the climbing frames. Then have to run, catch you later, boss. Parko looking great, thank you, Brassack. Thank you for hanging out, mate. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, buddy. Speak to you soon. I've still got props turned on. I need to turn those off. Anyway, let's find some more. Where are they from? Is it amusement park stuff? There's the little like 2p rides. Yes, these ones, yeah, the children's rides. Let's see if we can have them. Maybe it's up over here. And then we'll have little unicorn ones, maybe over in this corner. Maybe there is like a little balloon cart for the kids. Okay, if they've been good. Maybe like the kid of the week gets a balloon or something. That's the sort of thing they do at schools, isn't it? They have like a kid of the week. I mean, I'm sure that's not what they call it. They probably call it like star of the week or something, not just kid of the week, but you know what I mean with like the general vibe. Trampolines would go in there too. It would exit, yeah, trampolines would be a good shout for it. We wouldn't have space for trampolines on that other side, will we? Oh, nearly. Let me just temporarily move the piggy train. And then, yeah, I just want you... I know they're going to be walking through the fence, but you won't really be able to tell that. I don't want it to delete the trees either. There we go. And then can we find another spot for piggy train? Probably can't. I might lose a few props, but... Oh, it nearly fits in there. It does fit in there, actually. Could I do that? Can I get away with it? Feels a little bit forced, but I won't tell if you won't. I think it's alright. I think I just need to remove that live oak tree, and then it's like they've got rich kids' toys. And then some playgrounds through here. Just desperately needing more playground props. Like, there's a swing set in the game, but you can't get it without find it. It makes like 0 sense. Just wish we had things like that for vanilla. Let's do some benches up here for students, etc. to chill out on, or teachers that are sort of monitoring the play session. Cool. That's alright. It was a job anyway. Happy to school campus there. And then maybe some more commercial here. Maybe on that corner instead. There we go. Cool. Alright. That fills out a fair amount of suburb space, doesn't it? It's really starting to grow up now. Oh my word, Gary Kleiss with a $49.99, well basically $50 US super chat. Happy holidays everyone. Happy holidays to you, Gary. That's really generous, mate. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. It's very generous, mate. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd be happy to name something after you if we can find something that wants doing. So this office park hasn't been named, has it? Let's give this a district. Do you need to be green cities? Yes. Yes, you do. Okay. So we will give a new district here over the office park. And if you want it called something specific, Gary, please let me know in the live chat. Otherwise, we'll go for Gary's great offices. It's not the most. It's not the most inventive name ever. But if you want it changing, Gary, please tag me in the live chat, mate. Thank you so much for your donation. It's very generous. I appreciate it, mate. Cool. Alright. So, last zoning's here now, and then this suburb can kind of be brought to a close. Yep. Zone all this in. There we go. And then definitely some kind of tree line to help introduce us to the suburb here. Looks like we've got a little bit of crime there too. We probably want a new police station out here in a second, which we'll do in a minute. Let's bring these up to a 15-meter fill, and then we'll have the tree line kind of hug the arterial road as it comes back into town. And just down like that. Wonderful. Police as well. Let's give them a police station. Actually, you don't really need one. There's already 2 either end of the suburb. A 3rd here would be overkill. Fire? Do you want fire? Possibly, yes. Okay, let's give them that here. At least that way they can get into the downtown pretty quickly if they need to. Alright. How are we looking at night time here? This should be alright. Oh, that's Skyline over the ridge line as well. Yes, please, everyone. Should we have a hydration break while we sit and look at the new Skyline? Because it's amazing. I absolutely love it. We'll watch the sun go down over the Skyline, shall we? And then we'll have a hydration break and a posture check as well, please, everyone. Please stretch the old spines out. Don't sit there all slouched over. Did Gary say anything? No, I don't think he did. Watching this while working from home, Excel and cities together. Is this a fever dream? Hope you're good. Hope you're good as well, Darren. Yes, you are living the dream, mate. Watching cities. and working from home is the ultimate thing, isn't it? That's what I was doing at the start of lockdown. So I'm supposed to be working from home, but City Skylines is there. Should we just play that instead? Oops. At least it's my job now, right? Don't get told off for it anymore. It's fine now. As you can tell in my profile picture, both bow ties are cool. It's a Doctor Who reference, isn't it? I think, Martin. Bow ties are cool. I think it is. Holden's Holdings. Gary Class Overcharged Egg. Oh, hey, Casino. Welcome in, mate. How you doing? Nice to have you in the stream. Holden's Holdings. Is that what we're going for? I can name the office park after that, Casino. If Gary's on board with it, I think he is. New Skyline is fire. Glad you like it, Molly. Glad you like it, mate. Yeah, how much of a difference those new towers make is crazy, isn't it? Just having, like, realistic, and that aren't, like, the awkward fucking vanilla ones, like the high interest tower, which is, like, nice, but so wide. Yeah, totally different vibe, isn't it? Especially with that suburb in the foreground, too. There's a walking pathway here. Yeah, and you just get that sprawl. It's just amazing. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. So I realise I'm kind of just sat here complimenting my own cities, but I do like them. Yeah. But a hydration break anyway and a posture jet, please, people. Gary said he wants it named after his son Holden. Okay, we'll do that then. Thank you, Nicola. I missed that chat. Okay, so we're naming it Holden's Holdings then. Holden's, isn't it? And for his son Holden. Cool. Yeah, Gary's on board with that, isn't he? Holden's Holdings. You've got the old monorail office park named after the old son, Gary. Thank you for all the support, mate. Really appreciate it. Cool. Alright, so this area's okay now, I think. Oh, it just ends a bit abruptly there, doesn't it? What we definitely don't want here, though, is all the traffic lights on that main road. That's going to really slow it down. No lights. I feel like I might just want to extend a few of these onto the road. Gives me very little zoning opportunity, though, doesn't it? It's fine. It's fine. I'm being too pedantic about it. We're literally never going to see this space again. It's going to be alright. Okay. Got one, everyone. See you later, Gary. Thank you for the super chat, mate. And all support. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, dude. We appreciate you. Right. That's that tower boundary taken care of. I really wanted to finish that suburb off and get it all wrapped up. How many people have we got cycling now? I wonder if we can enjoy a cycle first-person tour into the downtown. Dog is in the middle of the road. So dangerous. What are you doing? Unemployed children are going home, as you would expect. You're going home as well. Oh, this is all children. Only the children cycling. I want to see someone cycle into the downtown. It's probably a better idea to find someone cycling over here, isn't it? Doesn't have to be a cyclist, I suppose. We can just take a first-person view. I'll see what the Skyline's like in the first-person perspective. Waiting on my game to start up, so hoping on some inspiration. No pressure then, Tiffany. I hope you do manage to become inspired. If you don't, then my apologies in advance. Inspiration isn't guaranteed. I'm afraid to say. Alright, let's just get past this bend because you can't see the bloody skyline now. Watching while waiting for Unreal shaders to compile. Are you designing something, Sam? Are you doing something with the engine? What are you making? Making a game? Or just assets? What are you doing with the Unreal engine? Oh yes, that's a nice tasteful approach, isn't it? All that weight to the left of the skyline. It's very nice. Hopefully he's going to come into it now too. See where he drives. He needs to move that recycling centre. We'll do that next episode. Yes, so good. I love it when they drive through high density areas. These look so good. He's going to take the one-way system as well, I think, here. Yes, he is. Fantastic. And we'll all that high density commercial. A few bush linings there as well. See all the people peering through the bushes at the intercity station. That's nice and busy. Oh, there we go. He got out of his car. Cool. Anyway. Let's not get distracted by first-person views. So yeah, I wanted to do that suburb today. In terms of what's going to lie out here, I actually don't know yet what we're doing with this side of New York. I imagine for the minute I'm just going to pine forest it. Because I don't know what's going to happen. Kind of moving into more rural vibes over this side of the map, and I don't really have many more rural builds planned apart from what's going to sit on the other side of the bay, where we've been building rurally so far anyway. Let's remove some trees, because I keep hitting the bloody tree count. Let's just get rid of these. There we go. Cool. Yeah, so let's just have that there, and then thin it out as it moves up the hill. Wonderful. Okay. That does that. Let's go for this area now. Yeah, so this is the second area I wanted to do. There's a lot of very awkward spaces that have popped up in Noob Yoke since we opened 25 tiles. Just sort of, there's a lot of dead areas. It's a bit awkward to look at, so this area wants to be sorted out. Okay, so what's happening here? What's going on with the topography? You are sloped up to the highway. Okay. Let's see if we can do something with that then. Let's turn our topography tool back on. And then essentially like from here, just want to slope all that up. Or how... So let me see how big the recess is against the highway. If we were to flatten it down to the level that the local roads were on, that might give us a very nice aesthetic as we come to the highway, where the highway will be on this kind of embanked layer. Which I think might be quite nice, so I think we'll do that instead. City Skylines, maybe think of making a game. Why spending so much time building a world where you can make it in Unreal Engine 5? Yeah, I guess so. I can't argue with that logic, Sam. Yeah. Watch a ton of your vids, Owie. First time catching our live stream. Cheers, welcome in, Chris. Thank you for watching the videos, mate. It's nice to meet you. Skyline is fantastic. I love all the hills. Been playing on flat maps for so long, I kind of miss it. Yeah, I remember you saying that about the Noobs Guy Casino. You're kind of a fan of how we'd done all the what respected the terrain, basically. I say that as I just terraformed out a massive flat area. But yes, I remember you saying that you enjoyed Noob's Guide for that fact. That it is on a hilly map. And I think you can tell, right, as you kind of look over the city, you can see all the lumps and bumps in it. It's not just totally flat, and it kind of goes downhill as it goes into downtown. It's fun, like really fun to build on hills. And Diamond Coast was just like made for it as well. Right, what am I doing? I'm getting distracted. Let's go for... Yeah, I think I do want to fully recess it. Let's just go and expose that line against the highway. And then we'll use it as detailing. Probably get a nice little rock pattern against that, actually. And yeah, let's trim all this off. And then when we blend out of this side here, we won't really notice it. Okay, so a road here. What grid frames do we want to snap to here? Probably these ones, I imagine. Yeah, let's get a little collector road going through the suburb. Let's bring it out here. Now, where would be good for you to meet back up? Probably here a bit, actually. So let's do that. Let's snap to the 90-degree angle. We then want to come onto this node here. We'll do guideline and curve tool. Yeah, don't worry about this. It's all residential. It'll regrow. Cool. And then let's do... What trees are we using over here? It's relatively tropical, I think, is it? There's date palms on the forestry area. Let's do date palms then. And then I just want them to flow through the suburb. So this is very much like an ILOS collector road system that we've used, of course, in ILOS, where else? But just having some sort of like palmed or treed road running through the suburb to pick people up and drop people off to different arterial networks is always welcome, I think. I kind of hate this space. I'm just going to remove it all. I need to redo it. It's nasty as hell. I remember Ali Briskin with a 200 Turkish lira super chat. The tunnel on the other side is not cycling road. They cannot cycle. Do you mean over here? Oh yes, that's an excellent shout, Mehmet. I didn't upgrade the whole thing, did I? Thank you so much, Mehmet. Yes, that's a very good observation. Thank you, mate. Yes, we'll do that now. Let's come underground. Can I not upgrade the tunnel? Can you not tunnel a cycling road? You can, but you just can't, upgrade it afterwards? Oh no, the cycle lanes disappear on a tunnel. I had no idea about that. I'd never noticed that before. Okay, well, they'll have to just get out of the car then, won't they, to go up the tunnel. But yeah, good chat, mate. Thank you for that. Thank you for the super chat as well, mate. Appreciate you. Oh my word, I just lost all power to Francis. that's dangerous. Let me reinstate that. See you guys okay? Yes, the entire thing just lost power connection. There we go. That is very fragile, isn't it? That entire area is hooked into one single power line. Very dangerous. Yeah, I really wasn't a big fan of this map, but as usual, you were able to take something so bland and make it so great. Thank you, Casino. Appreciate you, mate. It's very sweet of you to say. But yes, I think if anything, the Noobs Guide has taught me a new appreciation for hilly maps. Cool, so I just want to reconfigure the zoning squares here so we've got some nice 4 deeps knocking around. We'll maybe use this for a park space here, might be quite nice. This will be all for detailing. So if we're going to maintain that 4 tower gap around the central collector system, we'll do maybe some sort of repeated park pattern. We can then use that as an excuse to start mapping out the rest of the suburban frames that will fill this space. I don't want to bring them too close into the forest. I also want to have some roads up this way. Tremendous, wonderful. Let's just pause the gate. We need to move this power line, don't we? It's very much in the way. Let's go ahead and just run it parallel with the highway. I don't know why I didn't do that when I placed it. It looks a lot nicer, doesn't it? Okay, let's start letting some houses zone up here now. So, noise pollution from the highway. How bad are you? Quite bad, actually. Perfect chance to use highway with sound barriers. I do have the... Why did you just upgrade into a bridge? What? What the hell was that? Was that too much terraforming work? Let me recorrect that. I don't know why that's happened. It was like fine road tools, wasn't it? It isn't on, I swear. Oh, that's awful now. What's happening? What's going on with the highway? Let's slope it up from there. It should be alright. Road guideline. Curve tool. There we go. Wonderful. Just connect a bike path for right now. Yeah, I guess I could do. Let's have a cycle go around. That's so stupid though. Like, why can I not have a tunneled cycle road? It makes no sense at all. Okay, so that should reduce the noise ever so slightly. Do I mind that it dips up like that? It kind of looks a little weird, doesn't it? I imagine they wouldn't build a highway like that. Let's do a little bit of terrain work here, sorry. I want to maintain that level of gradient or slopage, I think, as it sort of embanks. I'm not explaining myself very well there. Hopefully it looks like in a second. Yes, that's sort of what I wanted. And then a level terrain now to accentuate the layer. Yes, there we go. That's what I wanted it to look like. Cool. So we'll leave this pine forest here as kind of the natural edge of the lake. There's a building missing a pipe there. Yes, this is fine. Let's just let this zone up and just let it grow. Let's have a look on chat, shall we? See what everyone's saying. Hey Dingoes, welcome into the stream, mate. How you doing? How you doing? The skyline is beautiful, thank you, Logan. What do you think so? Martin's a bit tired. Ended up talking to Lauren and Jen last night a bit too late into the night. Oh yeah, you've been sucked in, Martin. Yeah, you're not gonna... Yeah, you're gonna ruin your sleeping pattern there, mate, if you stay up speaking to Lauren and Jen in the Discord all night. You've been warned. You've been warned. Hey Ellie, welcome into the stream. Egg, I watched Noobs Guide mods video and I had no idea about forest brush right click. I was mind deleting everything one by one. That's horrendous, Ellie. Yes, you're very welcome. That's absolutely awful. Yes, God forbid having to delete every single tree. Just right click with forest brush. Much easier. Time to work here. Thanks for streaming away. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Thank you, Marco. You enjoy your work day, buddy. Nice to speak to you. As dumb as it is, I'm reading online that bike paths will go underground so you can make a parallel tunnel for bikes. That's stupid, isn't it, Casino? What is that? Yeah, I mean, if I want the bike network, I'll have to establish that, don't I? How stupid is that? Yeah, that's fine. We'll do that then. Let me snap into the grid with this bike pathway. You're just going to come right down next to it. Actually, can I hit a road guideline? We'll hit the same length as the tunnel. Watch this actually end up being like a really nice parallel network configuration now. It's like our new favourite thing ever. Let's come up toward... I just want the grid snap, please. What are you doing? This is not it at all. What are you doing? There we go. And then, yeah, just grid snap. Alright. It'll work, I suppose. Should I do it on the other side? It's a waste of nodes, though, isn't it? It is a big waste of nodes. I mean, it'll work. It'll work. Cheers, Casino. Thanks for looking that up, mate. Wonderful. Right. Let's get more zoning in here. And then this way as well. Cool. There is trams knocking around here, isn't there? Oh, we should change this tram model now. We have new trams, don't we? Yeah, let's change it. Let's go for 110 capacity models. Why not? Oh, move the mouse. Welcome into the stream, mate. With a $10 US super chat, egg console build when? Oh, never. Put this towards a console fund. Step into the true vanilla challenge. So I do own Cities on Xbox. That's actually where I started playing. And then I very swiftly came to the realization after maybe 20 hours, something like that, 20 hours of playing. I was just like, hold on a minute. This needs a mouse and keyboard. I was like, why the hell am I playing this with a controller? Yes, and then that was it. That was the end of the egg console days. But yes, I have played on Move the Mouse, on a console mouse, and it was not an enjoyable experience. I'm under the impression that these days that there are sort of specific genres of game that should not be played with a controller. Real-time strategy being one of them, and I think city simulation being another. Then again, I say that, and you see stuff like Ricky King built on consoles. Was it Ricky King? I think it was, wasn't it? He did like some crazy PS4 builds, like kind of like Dubai-inspired islands and whatnot. Really cool. So, you know, I say that, but people make some insane stuff on the consoles. But anyway, yes, I digress. Nice to see you move the mouse. I hope you're doing well, mate. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the super chat, buddy. Hope you and the wife are well. How's it going back in Cities, Mouse? I know you were sort of looking to maybe reignite something of a spark for Cities. I know you kind of maybe got a little bit burnt out there for a while. I'm not sure if you're back playing again now, mate. Be keen to know if you are. And for those that haven't heard of Move the Mouse, by the way, that might be watching the stream, one of the OG content creators, very much kind of like first in line alongside the likes of like Imperial Jedi and all the OG content creators back in the day. Move the Mouse was right up there. Really wonderful guy, very chill videos just to sit and relax to. Super chill dude. So if you haven't checked out Mouse, please go show him some support. He is one of the ones that definitely deserves it. Cool. So I think we just go for some rock barriers here against the highway. It should allow us to settle in a little bit more. They do prop in without... Well, they disappear because of course they're props, but nothing we can do about that. Just have to bear with it. Cool. So you guys, of course, going to want parks and whatnot. Why don't we see if we can do something cute around this collector system with some park life plazas? Because we've got a nice little 4x4 space in here. Something like that. You can mouse and keyboard on console since around Sunset Harbour, but the mapping is not good. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Well, so you just plug it into the Xbox and it'll just work with it. I mean, I guess that makes it better. I'm pretty sure someone in the Discord was asking about console mouse and keyboard the other day. I don't know if they got a solution. Let's do some weird zonings here. Let's go for like a long stretch of 2x2 commercial and just see what happens. I'd also like some crossings to sort of meet across the road here as well. Bring those over. Clear up some of the stray bushes that are in here, because I think we're going to go relatively landscaped with this kind of central spine. Probably should have done this suburb as modern mid-century actually, but that's going to be next episode. The modern mid-century suburb stuff. Romain is playing on a console with a mouse and keyboard. How do you find it, Romain? Is it plausible? Are you enjoying it? Or do you sat there thinking like, I wish I was on a PC? Move the Mouse is the man who taught me all I know. Without him, I never would have picked this game up. True that, Casino. Yes, yeah, you are a very much a Move the Mouse fan. That's where I found you, wasn't it? You originally came from Move the Mouse's server. You haven't been able to get rid of you since. I'm joking, I'm joking. Yes. And Rich as well, I believe. Rich came from there, didn't he? Cool. This is all growing. Let's get this housing going 4 deep. Always push a little bit of this away too. Cool. Mouse is working on a new futuristic build with as much pedestrian area as possible, but it gets expensive. Rebooting my how-to series in 2023. Too much new DLC to ignore. True that. There is, it is an absolute DLC festival at the minute, isn't it? for lack of a better word, there is an absolute ton of content coming out at the minute. Very much looking forward to more content next week as well, and it looks like we're going to be getting several more things into 2023 as well, due to the roadmap. Cool. What should we do here? It's kind of a perfect little park space, isn't it? But again, I feel like we're just going to do another city park. We'll use the hospital here, actually. It fits that space nearly to the tile. Do we like it on a main road like that? I think it's a significant bit of infrastructure. I'm not against it, I don't think. I think maybe it wants opening up and adding something onto the side of it to expand the facility. Might be slightly better, so why don't we do that? Let's just get rid of all this stuff here. This terrain is not level, so let's just see what's happening before we place any assets. Cool. Then let's tuck the hospital right into the corner. And then we've got something nice here to complement again with another medical asset. Gymnasium would also work nicely. Yeah, it sort of works, even if it's kind of tall. There is tall pops across Noob Yoke, though. We're not adverse to a little pop in height across this city. In Palaven, we very much avoided that. I didn't want anything peaking besides the skyline. But in Noob Yoke, it's kind of alright. There's allowed to be pops away from the main, what you would recognise as downtown areas. Alright, look at that. Horrendous zoning's coming back in. Off you go. Disappear. Alright, I think I'm on board with that, and maybe a touch of office zoning next door to it, maybe. Might be quite welcome. That's not office zoning, that's commercial. Try that again. There we go. You are a school, so you probably just want some sort of park tethering onto you. Can we get a large playground in? Can. Wonderful. And then maybe some sports courts at the back, because that's just going to help keep boosting all the land value for these guys. I kind of feel like I want to know what this... I know what this central space looks like in my head, but I just can't piece it together. I think I just want it landscaped. I don't want any buildings in it. Maybe the occasional little park life cafe area. I think maybe just some little clusters of Or a gentle cluster, even, of vanilla green tree. Just occasionally, nothing overly done. And then maybe a stretch of wild hedge. Would also be here as well. Maybe a couple of buildings that is half its height just to help the transition. Yeah, we'll see what comes in with this office zone in here, see if that sort of plays fair with us. That's a level 1, but the level 2 will grow smaller than that one. That's not, I mean, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's not the right choice, is it? Yeah. Cool, yeah, so just little bits like this. We'll then grab perhaps some, which ones are these? Horse chestnuts, yes, horse chestnuts. Through there. So then as you're kind of walking through this suburb, you've got like houses all facing into this like central green space. With the palms and the road going through it is really cool. Do like that. And you can see those rocks with the embanked highway there as well. You can see all the cars going on there, that's really cool, I like that. That's a really nice aesthetic. You should try to do a build on the Twin Fjords. It'd be like pushing Series B, but a bit harder. Yes, I did think about doing a series on Twin Fjords after pushing Peaks Logan, but things just came up that delayed it. But yeah, I think I would like to try Twin Fjords just to showcase, or just to see how bad it is to actually build on. Because of course I've seen it before, but I've never built on it, because it looks like crap. I need to sort the highways out here now. They've become very ugly because of that curve that's been introduced. We can get some highway detailing done here as well, which is always a favourite thing. Yeah, there we go. We'll have to move that bloody power line again. Let's make sure we don't play the game. 116 over here as well, everyone. Thank you for hanging out for a Friday afternoon stream. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Looking forward to your weekends, etc. This is 4-lane here, isn't it? Yeah, let's do 4-lane with sound barriers then. I also want the grid on. And let's take you... Let's just redraw this entire section actually. Up to there. And then hopefully freeform curve onto that guideline. Should keep everyone happy. Yes. Yes, I'm alright with that, I think. Cool. Gentle clusters of vanilla green tree always welcome, aren't they? Indeed, if you can do. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. We do love a gentle cluster of green tree. Some trees in the middle of the highway, maybe? Well, they can reverse to it. Definitely not a coconut tree. I would get comments about that. Yeah, that's really close together. Let's go for like 30 meters if my numlock wasn't on. There we go. Cool. You could do a 10 tower gap in the road, make it normal road, add a bus stop, and boom, you have a crossing at the paths and a bus stop. Yeah, that's actually quite a nice shout, Autumn. I think we might do that. Cool, yeah, because those eastern cottonwoods actually run through the turbine interchange. So that should be quite a nice thing. Pylons in the middle, I don't think they'll fit Exe. Oh, actually, no, they might do. I was thinking the circular base might be too small for some sections. Yeah, actually, Exe might not have a bad shout there. That's some like old school Palaven highway detail in that. Running a power line through the middle of it. But yeah, I think it'll work. We've just got to be careful with each of the placements so we don't hit the collision boxes. Cool, and then it will need to sort of peel off across the interchange. Love this interchange, by the way. We haven't really spoken about this interchange because we haven't live streamed, but great, isn't it? I love it. So good. Incredibly satisfying to watch as well. You can just sort of leave your perspective here for hours and just watch traffic go around it, which we will do actually when we have a posture check and a hydration break. And a quick catch up on the live chat. Hello, great alien builder. I have never had as many laughs until the incorporation and silliness, so I'm glad to hear that, Gasoline Addicts, because I do feel like an idiot at some point. And I'm just like, oh my god. People are going to be so annoyed by my idiot humour. But I'm glad you enjoy it. Twin Fjords sounds like a map that could fit a Norwegian landscape. I think it's based off of the Norwegian fjords, isn't it? It's got those like big swooping hillsides and obviously the lake, or the fjord in the middle of it. Yes, I think it is based off of Norway, yes. Morning from Mississippi, where this game has better LM than our streets. I'm not sure what LM is, Rebecca, but welcome to the stream. Anyway, good morning from England. Hey Claire, welcome into the stream. Breadfront as well is making soup. What soup, Breadfront? You should totally use coconut trees. Yes, imagine Josh. On the highway, all the comments. If anything, it will help the algorithm. But nice to see you, Josh. Welcome to the stream, mate. With your yellow egg, all that membership now. Yes, it does. Your bus lane ends randomly at the intersection. Why not continue it through? Because I needed 4 lanes here, and then there's no 4-lane bus highway road. So yes, it's I can't use them here. Otherwise, I would have done. Yes, so it ends there. Yes, it does. And then it takes the in-city buses back out of the city over there. Yeah, it's because there's no 4-lane bus road, basically. Wonderful. Cool. Anyway, this is all growing up. Let's get it all zoned in. Tremendous. No nasty shapes. Try and make it somewhat holy. Are we okay here with noise pollution now? Yes, you should be okay for there. I liked Autumn Rain's idea of having a stretch of 10 roads to make the pedestrian crossing. So let's do that one there, and then I'll switch down to maybe the grass with median for 10. And then we'll go back to the one with trees. That doesn't create me a pedestrian crossing though, does it? Because it's still the same median road. Do I need to break the road to like that? Yeah, okay, that'll work it then. Let's do that instead. Can we hit a guideline here? Yes, and then let's delete that road too. Let's do it from there. Cool. And then we'll switch back to the Palm Road. And then that should hopefully be used a little bit better. Do we have a bus station here? We do, don't we? There's one in the transport hub across the road. Yes, over here. So let's add a new line. Come out of the pedestrian area. Then come up through this way. Let's just get it to meander around this suburb. It can connect in with metros at various points. Is there a tram stop near here? Yeah, come and chill out over this side of the suburb. Meet near the trams. Come back up this way. And then we'll come back down this collector system so it can cross over. And then what's your easiest way back in? It's down this road, isn't it? In which case we will add a stop. Actually, it probably doesn't need one. Yeah, it doesn't need one. It's alright. It's fine. Cool. We probably should change that bus model as well, actually. Let's just go to our lines overview. And then buses, we want to go for passengers. It'll be this one, won't it? Yeah, bus line 23. Let's make you a new bus. Which one? The 60 capacity one? Let's do that one instead. I need to do some admin for Nubio's public transport lines. They're all unnamed. Cool. That's a really good idea, Autumn. I love that. Can't have a crossing on a median. Thank you, Eggsy. That's good to know. I actually didn't know that. And then I think some plazas and promenade props will probably go a long way to bringing a little bit more jazz into these bus stops here. So thankfully we can see where the people have already stood. Make sure we get that there. And then bench. Would you all like a bench to sit at while you wait for your bus? We can find one. There we go. Let's have one in like the 2 spaces either side. Wonderful. Cool. I'm pushing Paradox for a Yumbo content creator pack. We could all benefit from some of his intersections in the game. I imagine they would be very incompatible for console, right? Due to the node controller and IMT work that Yumbo does in his junctions would probably stop them from being a content creator pack, unless he's going to do them all vanilla, which I haven't seen him do before. I know his kind of whole sort of vibe is very much IMT and node controller, isn't it? Which would make it a problem for without mods. But yes, I do totally agree that we need new interchanges, because we've only had 2, well 4, since the entire base game, all its DLCs. It's ridiculous. Okay. Some planters. I love that the bollard is a prop now. That's very nice. Can I just get some planters? Maybe just these ones will be okay? Yeah, that's fine. Add them onto the corners of the pergola. Just like so. Hey, it's people using it at least. Great idea, Autumn Rain. Really nice. An orange double decker, please, Egg. I like dark orange. Alright, no worries. Since it was your idea, we will give it to you. Dark orange for the bus. Okay, let's go for like that sort of dark orange, or is that too dark? I think that's okay, isn't it? I think it should be alright, I think. We could definitely do a turn off some of the traffic lights on this road, actually. It's way too many. Yes, everyone just needs to give way to the smaller road. Or the smaller roads need to give way, sorry, not the opposite way around. Okay. That's it, that's the asset I wanted. Perfect. Yeah, I think I can get on board with a little bit of transitional office zone in there. Not the worst thing. Cool. Yeah, excellent shout, Autumn Rain. If we can get a little bit of yes please from the YouTube members for Autumn Rain in the live chat. I do like the median crossing there with the stuff. I think actually what might be cool is if we actually move that palm pattern to the edge of the stations instead. So it goes like, sort of moves to the exterior of the road, if you know what I mean. I think I'm explaining that how I intend it to. Do 1, 2, and 3. So the palms just move to the outside of the road. They would need to be built from scratch and would need some help from devs with custom segments. Okay. Yeah, that'd be a cool content creator pack though. I'd enjoy a new intersections content creator one, just a little like ploppable intersections and stuff. I think the game, I'm very surprised the game hasn't had it, especially with mass transit as well. Love it, thank you, Becky. Welcome, Autumn Rain. Okay, this is fine. Get these last zonings in. Spaces here. And then we'll bring that pine forest back in around, and then just let the houses grow up around it. So they'll obviously delete the palms as they grow, or the pines even. And yeah, I don't really want any zoning in this kind of central square here actually. I said we'd do a little cafe eatery thing here as well, didn't we? Maybe in this corner here might be good for that. Let's grab ourselves a Park Life Cafe. It's the best one, isn't it? We'll have this here. And then could we possibly have actually 2 of them? And then we'll use some tiles. Maybe zoo tile on the linear fence fill, maybe? I think. Yes, let's go for that one there. We will get some holes in them. We'll have to tidy them up at the minute. This is vanilla prop line tool work. Just bear with it. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll just do 2 rows of it and then fill in any tears with another tile. Tremendous. This should give us quite a cool little area actually. Cool. And then can I bring through a dirt pathway in the middle of the tile without breaking them? Yes, we can. And then we'll have that go through there. We are going to lose a tile there, are we? Can we fill that in? Yes, we can. And then once we have that pathway through, it'll obviously make the space walkable. This is very much like vanilla. Poor man's surface painter. But it'll make like a walkable tile space, and then when we put our tables down in this area, it might make it, hopefully, a little bit more convincing. So we'll bring some fencing down just to mark the edge of the area. Same here again as well. I'll say delete those last 2 tiles and we'll finish it a bit sooner. I don't want them on the pavement. Looks a bit weird. And then we'll grab blue tile there. Cool. And then let's do some bushes. Ourselves some wild hedge. Was a firm favourite at this point. 3 meters will do. Cool. Actually, let's do some roadies here. Let's bring a bit of colour in. I feel like I'm using wild hedge everywhere. Yeah, let's do some little roadie lines as we come into the cafe. And then we'll use just some classic bench configurations. Cool. And maybe a tiny bit of commercial, just like a single spot there. Should give us just a nice little garden to fill a bit of green space. Make it walkable as well. I think the roadies probably should carry on the other side of the fence, shouldn't they? That probably makes the most sense, I think. So we'll do that. Maybe get a larger, happier tree on the corner. With a bit of long grass, maybe. Absolutely love content creator trees, it's so good. So much better than the vanilla ones. Also a fairly cute, tasteful little space, I think, isn't it? It's not too bad. I'd love to see someone use the pathway. Maybe one day. Maybe one day they'll use it. Be nice. And a big bite. That's not really what I want. We'll let that regrow. God, I miss having Rico. Someone give me ploppable Rico in the game. That's the next DLC I want, is find it and Rico added into the game so we can plop rather than always having to zone. Make the game like so much better, in my opinion, having that functionality. Yes, hey Soapy Margarita, welcome in. Red Front is going, goodbye mate. Can we get some rocks in? Oh wait, absolutely Martin, 100% mate, we can do some rocks around here. I think you should do a community vote on what mod to use next series. It's kind of impossible to garner though, isn't it? Because everyone's going to have like different opinions and I only get like 5 options with a poll. I mean, it's going to be the main ones, isn't it? Like Move It, IMT, Node Controller, etc. Because you're going to get people suggesting like really obscure mod configurations that just it's going to be a nightmare to put together. Yeah, I probably wouldn't let a community poll pick the mods, to be fair, actually. I just put the new content from Instant Gaming through your link. Really hope it works. Thank you, Stephen. As long as you went through the link, mate, it would have done. Thank you for using it. I appreciate it. Cool. A lightly modded city would be good. Yeah, the city that replaces Ilos will be less modded than Ilos is. Less asset heavy as well. More of like a vanilla plus setup, but a main series rather than just creative mode. Yeah. This is great. I love this little design autumn rain. I'm gonna name the bus line after you actually. That's it's very tasteful. Autumn rain buses. Actually, no, you know what we should call it? Is autumn line instead of autumn rain. It's a push. It's a push. Do you know what theme? Tropical, Nicola. Yes, it would be tropical. Yes, a lightly modded, less asset-heavy city, tropical city, will replace Ilos when Ilos is done, and the Noobs guide will be replaced with probably a temperate vanilla build once it's done. Yeah, it will be. Hello people, missed the first hour, didn't I? Missed the first hour and a half, EMB. Yes, you did. Welcome to the stream, mate. How you doing? Can I download mods if I buy the game through your link? Yes, you can, Liz, as long as you're buying the Steam version. Get the Steam version. Don't buy Epic Games. It becomes significantly harder to get mods if you play on Epic. Yeah, just get the Steam version and you'll be fine. Thank you, Egg. Thank you, Autumn. You leave a lot of support on the channel. Autumn Rain, by the way, guys, is one of the subscribers that goes back to Friendwood and leaves me comment streaks on the very, very old videos. Autumn Rain is a very keen subscriber. We do appreciate you. Yep. Cool. What marks the end of Ilos, I mean? Either the node count or my patience. Whichever one runs out first, basically, will mark the end of Ilos. Okay, that's filling out that space quite nicely now up to the highway, isn't it? It looks a lot more flush. Just needs to extend down this way, I feel a bit, though. It does look very awkward the way it just ends like that. Yeah, I think me and Eggsy kind of calculated it for me the other day based on like current content output. Ilos will probably be done around, what was it, mid-January? We thought, Eggsy, about mid to late Jan maybe. Ilos will probably wrap up, I think. Yeah, I think it is. Let's slope this terrain out here so we're not getting that awkwardness. Yeah, let's have that in. And come down as well. And then we'll do one more. Oh, that's kind of perfect. So you're all going to sit nice with each other? Yes, you are. Amazing. Fantastic. Cool. That's much more organic there, isn't it? And then we can do some nice little green block designs here as we come to merge into the pine forest. I'm off Black Friday. Happy Black Friday, American friends. Happy regular Friday for everyone else. And happy building. I think Black Friday is global now, isn't it? Mouse. I think. Yeah, you can't get away from Black Friday. No, but thank you for hanging out, mate. Thank you for your super chat. It's nice to see and hear from you again. Nice to see you active in the city's community, Mouse. Take care of yourself and the wife, mate. I hope to speak to you soon. Yes, so let's do some classic greenbelt designs. End of an era when Ilos is done. I think a lot of people will be happy to see Ilos wrap up, to be fair, because it sort of, it's the main series, isn't it? And a lot of people like vanilla as the main series. Even though there is Noobs Guide as well, but it's more tutorial focused, isn't it? But I think a lot of people are sort of waiting for that vanilla replacement to come in. Which it will, eventually, it will. I don't like having like a million series on the go at once, because I tend to get burnt out very quickly. It's why I like creative mode isn't every week, because I've got to be in the mood to play it, and if I lose love for a main series, then videos stop being made. So it's just about managing burnout and different series and styles of building all at the same time. It's all like a balancing act. I think I'm happy with this little roady palm garden though on the edge of the suburb. It's going to help us blend into space quite nicely. I actually do enjoy the way that sits here. Why don't we keep this going along the duration of the arterial frame here. I'd like a Vanilla Plus series. I like creative mode. That's what will be replacing Ilos, James. Yeah, that's what will replace Ilos. Vanilla assets, lightly modded series. Because like Ilos was my first like modded build. I've never really built a modded city before Ilos. So it was kind of like, oh, let's get this mod and that mod and then all this. And then it was like, oh shit, I've actually got quite a few mods. None of which I know how to use. So yes, it'll definitely be kind of reined back in a little bit for, well, a lot for the next city that replaces Ilos. Yeah, it will. It will. But appreciate Ilos why it's here, because once it's gone, it's gone. It never comes back again, apart from maybe the occasional special. But enjoy it. There's plenty of time for other cities. And it doesn't look like we're getting City Skylines 2 anytime soon either with the current content output, so I would get used to hanging out in Cities 1 for the foreseeable future. Right, that's a really nice blend now, isn't it? Just a little bit of classic Palaven Nature Reserve Greenbelt, and then we can have all these buildings come up here, that little pop in height there as well. Yes, please. Nice little suburb mergings in here as well. Cool. Keep zoning. Oh, you will want water. Of course you do. Amazing. I wish it was only Friday. Stores didn't wait until it turned to Black Week, then Black... Well, yeah, it does take the piss now, doesn't it? Like, I got told to promote Black Friday earlier on from Instant Gaming. It's like, well, it's Black Weekend, isn't it? Because it runs from Friday to Monday. It's not just Black Friday, is it? Let's be honest about it. I'm on board with you, Ian B. I agree with you. Goodbye, Ellie. Thank you for hanging out on the stream. Then again, I also want to see you do the Mass Effect idea I suggested. Mass Effect was fun to stream. Like, I love streaming Mass Effect, but it does not work on this channel for streamable content. It's too far away from the norm. So you guys will always notice, like, when we bring new content onto the channel, it's always very similar to kind of general simulation or city building vibes. Anything that is too far away from that sort of genre doesn't do well. Like Roboco, for example. Roboco performed horrifically. The worst performing video I've had for a long, long time. It was hilarious because we got Thunderous Gentleman out of it, but in terms of growing the channel, it did more harm than good to have a video do that bad. So that's why I can't stream stuff like Mass Effect, even though I'd love to. I love Mass Effect. But yeah, it just not on the Overcharged Egg channel, at least. You guys, well, not you guys, the vast majority of subscribers don't follow me for stuff like that. Yeah, so can't do it, unfortunately. But I do like Mass Effect, yeah. God, I love this city. Glad you're enjoying it, Harry. I'm glad you enjoy it, mate. Cool. It's coming together, though. It is on its way. Yeah, it's not too bad. The modded cities, but better fact. Oh, you mean that one? Yes, that'd be good. Yes, that'd be good. Yeah, it's probably not in the pipeline anytime soon, but I did like the idea, yes. Right, let's get a load of zonings here as well. And it probably makes sense actually for you to go into there now, doesn't it? Yes, please. Let's remove the awkward zonings that are left behind though. There we go. Oh, I love that little bit of this green belt there that just flows along the arterial, kind of sheltering a suburb. That's very Palaven, isn't it? Like a 4-lane vanilla road, nature reserve fencing, dirt pathway, suburb is like the most Palaven palette there ever was. That was everywhere in that city. Tremendous. Let's have a hydration break anyway. The suburb's coming to a close now too. Let's take a nighttime view on of the entire city from this district over here. There we go. Yes, a posture check and hydration break, please, people. You also enjoyed the ME vids? Yeah, I did enjoy playing them. The Cyberpunk ones were better. My character got his cock out on Cyberpunk on the second live stream, and I didn't know. So I opened like the character inventory menu, and there was just like swinging phallus on the stream. Yeah, the video is still there if you want to go watch it. It's like this time last year, wasn't it? I think we played Cyberpunk. Egg, have you played Before We Leave? No, I haven't. Soapy Margarita, is it good? Is it good? I haven't seen it. Maybe Roboco could just be a Discord streaming thing. I've not really got the time, Jen, to sit in Discord just streaming Roboco. I've got more important things to do, to be totally honest. Make a Twitch for non-city stuff. I don't use Twitch, Jen. Harry, sorry. Yeah, I just don't use Twitch, mate. I don't like it. I prefer these kinds of games. Sims, Theme Hospital, City Skylines. Yes, me too, Claire. I like the whole... Well, I like other stuff as well. I like a lot of strategy. Like, I play a lot of Total War when I'm not playing cities. Yeah. And more recently, Hitman 3 as well. Been enjoying Hitman. Yeah. I don't blame you. The interface is tricky enough that making them functional is a bit of a chore. Making them neat is a whole other thing. True that, Ian B. True that. Time to pick up the Friday special. Fish chips. Let's head on home. Night egg. Thank you, Jane. Thank you for hanging out. Enjoy your fish and chips. I'll speak to you soon. Egg. Have you played Anno 1800? No, Harry. I've not played Anno. Have you? Have you played it? Not sure if you've mentioned it before. It's a building resource management type of game. Very cute art style. A lot of fun. What did you say it was called? Before We Leave. No, I haven't heard that one. Planet Zoo, I'm obsessed. Yeah, please feel free to shout out some games that you're enjoying in the chat, guys. I'm happy to talk about things that you guys play while we're here. There's a bit of awkwardness here that's developed, so let's detail this up. Yes, FUC brings up a very good point. Planet Zoo is amazing. I do love Planet Zoo. I'm not very good at it. I haven't played it for a long time, but it's fun. I love the terraforming. If I could take Planet Zoo's terraforming and put it into City Skylines, that'd make me like the happiest person ever. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I think we're just going to do a big tropical garden here, which we'll fence off with some farm fencing. Sure. Okay. Is there any games you consider making a series on YouTube apart from cities? Yeah, well, we have done before. Like, we had a series of Farthest Frontier when that first came out. Don't want the live oaks here, actually. We will definitely be doing a series on Manor Lords when that drops as well. So like we will do like other games, but they've got to be related to either simulation or city building in some capacity. Like Farthest Frontier is a kind of settlement city builder survival thing, so that does well. But yeah, anything that isn't, like if I stream Call of Duty for example, that would just like perform absolutely horrendously. Like people don't follow me for that sort of stuff. Not that I play Call of Duty anyway, but you kind of get the point I'm making, I hope. Okay, so lots of tropical vibes through here. Get some jacarandas in there too. And I know Martin wants us to use some rocks, so we will. We'll drop some in that rock garden as well. That we just made, not the rock garden, the little sort of landscaped middle suburbia section that we did a second ago. What's in there? I feel like there's tropical trees are missing. Yeah, maybe like some of these. These are like the Chinese windmill palms, right? Yes, they are. We never ever use these trees anymore. When was the last time you all saw a Chinese windmill palm in City Skylines? Can't remember the last time I've seen anyone use that tree actually. Just don't see it anymore. Probably some California Tallies as well. Just the occasional little pop of height in there. Cool. Love Planet Zoo, it's good, isn't it, Viscosity? Yes, it's good. To be honest, I hate Twitch, but just a suggestion. Yeah, you're so right, mate. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's like, yeah. I don't enjoy Twitch as a platform. It's just for YouTube. Yeah. It's tricky at first, but get your head around the path functions, but it's so good when you do. Yeah, the path function's really awkward in Planet Zoo as well, isn't it, if you see? Yeah. You could maybe do a dip into retro strategy games, City Builders, Caesar 3, Settlers, SimCity 2K as one-offs, of course. I was thinking about doing SimCity. Probably do 4000 because that's when I played a lot of, but it's like City Planner's done it, so it'd just be like regurgitating that video. So it's like, oh, if you want to see SimCity 4, like, go watch City Planner do it. I thought about playing some games before City Skylines as well. I want to cover Cities in Motion and just sort of like see what some of the City Sim games like offer compared to Cities and see how bad it is, and just little comparison videos like that might be quite fun. But yeah. It just depends what gets views, really. That's all what it's all about. But Farthest Frontier, Manor Lords both did very well, so they will definitely be back on the channel. Like, Cities will always be the bread and butter, I suppose. We'll always have City Skylines. And any eventual sequels that manifest if we do indeed get a City Skylines 2 one day. Which I am a firm believer that we will get one. I think we will. But if they're still selling vast amounts of DLC for Cities 1, then they're not going to move on yet, are they? It's the same with Bethesda, they keep re-releasing Skyrim because we keep buying it. So we keep buying Cities. DLC, they'll keep making it. Yes, SimCity I'd watch. I'd like to see you try a GeoGuessr. I love GeoGuessr actually. And we play GeoGuessr in the Discord occasionally, Nicola, if you're in there. Yeah, an occasional GeoGuessr party does pop up, maybe once in a blue moon. But yes, I do like GeoGuessr, it's very fun, it's good. Hitman 3? I wouldn't play Hitman 3 on the channel, as you know. I do like Hitman 3 though, Hitman 3 is great. Not really exactly like your channel stuff, but you can't do much detail sadly, but we're trying it out. It's on the Game Pass as well, is it? I'll have to check it out, yeah, I haven't seen it. Can't really be an egg live stream without Harry asking about... I know, that's a proper COVID lockdown live chat throwback, that isn't it, Josh? into Harry asking about Anno, yeah. The old school egg subscribers will remember that one. James Turner did a Sims version of GeoGuessr, did he? How do you do Sims GeoGuessr? How does that work? It could be a way just to hold us off as they develop CS2, make some more money from the project. True, Josh, yeah, true, could be. I doubt the entire Colossal development team is just doing not content creator packs like DLCs. I imagine that's just a small part of the team that's doing that. Who knows what the other part of the team is doing. I haven't joined Discord. Might have to join the stream. Yes, do join the Discord, Nicola. There's a lot of very friendly people in there. You'll recognise a lot of the faces that are in the live chat in the Discord as well. They're all hanging out in there. Alright, that Suburb's kind of done now, isn't it? We've wrapped that one quite nicely. I'm happy with that one. There was another little area. So next episode, I might actually just do a little bit of prep here while we're sort of talking and chatting away. I do need to remove all these trees because next episode's Modern Mid-Century Suburb. Which will be out on Monday, by the way, for those awaiting more Noobs guide. We'll sit here. And we want to terraform this as well. Probably down to the lowest point toward the water. So maybe like there. Yes, that's fine for me. We'll do that. Yeah, so we'll definitely... Do we want to keep this house? No, we don't. We don't want to keep that. That was awful. How far away is that? What's that? 5 contour lines? Yeah, we'll be alright. We'll be okay. There is some soil as well. How is life out California way now, Josh, by the way? I hope you're all settled in and stuff, mate. I don't really see you much in the Discord these days. Or at least catch you when you're online anyway. But yes, I hope you're all getting settled in, mate. Foundation's great. Yes, Foundation. Foundation was really good. Yes, it would. Yeah, Foundation did alright. It was okay, yeah. A little bit too cartoony, I think, for most people. I don't think a lot... I don't know, maybe that's kind of a generalization. But yeah, it was maybe a little bit too sort of just animated for me. I much prefer like a gritty, realistic style, which is why Father's Frontier is like so much more up my street. Oh, you're out of city limits. No. Don't be. It's so annoying. That is the most annoying thing. Just let me terraform it. Idiots. That's so irritating. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Okay, yeah. So we can prep that space for next episode. And then we've got not too many builds left in the Noobs guide, I don't think. So we've got some space here we want to do some things with. I'm not sure what's going to happen here yet. It's a really awkward area to kind of blend in. I might end up actually just turning it into countryside. We might not do much with this space. Not sure. We'll see. There's more builds to be had out here. This will be kind of countryside-ed, I guess. And then this needs to be broken out as well. There's a really harsh tar boundary here. And then feed something out into the lake. I'm thinking I might even terraform a little river out from this main river here into the lake. It might look a little bit sort of weird, but we'll see what we can do anyway. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Getting fully settled in, being 8 hours behind you makes it a little more difficult to catch up. It does, Josh. It definitely does, mate, but we're always here for you when you need us. You know that. By the way, Egg, can you tell us a bit about more outside the train station? It seems I've asked for an exhibition area for a while now. Tell us a bit more about outside the train station. I've no idea what you're talking about, Harry. I don't know what that means, mate. If you can clarify, I can answer, but otherwise I'm not sure. I have no idea otherwise. Why not cut the coast short and put a big walkable pier so that the Sims can look out to the ocean? Yeah, you could do that here as well. There's no reason why not. We could definitely get some more piers. Some of the content creator piers actually would probably work quite nicely down here. If they're not a little bit big. There's one I haven't used. Is it this one? Pavilion? Yeah, it's all yeah, won't let me place it now, will it? Can we place it somewhere? This is the only one I've got left, which actually has a lot of nice wood on the bottom of it when it's exposed against the terrain like that. That's quite nice. And then it's all towers. Yeah, obviously not there though. Where the science centre is. What, out here? Yes, so what you mean like what we're going to do with it? Yeah, I'm just going to turn it into like a exhibition space, so we'll probably have the science centre, expo centre, and the aquarium around here, I think, with plazas detailing and public transport, etc. Yeah, that's something about like a convention plaza, yeah. All these sort of convention buildings will sit out here. Yeah, they will. Should we take a little look around the downtown while we're sort of hanging out while we wrap the stream up here? Give you guys a little kind of behind the scenes, because you never really get to see the builds this close up once they've been wrapped up, right? Nice busy walkable train station. Yes, please. Comes down here. Oh, I love this. this approach into the skyline with this little bit of like green belt just at the foot of it here as well. There's these big towers. Oh, that metro going across the road as well. Oh, so good. Yes, please. And it goes behind the buildings again and you can't see it. Very nice touch, that one. Yeah, it's a very nice touch. And get some views of the pedestrian tram roads here. It's very dark at the minute, isn't it? It's very dark. Can we move the sun around a little bit? Let's go for that one, I think. Yep. Oh, and there's the metro again. Yes, please. And what about the Eden project? It's good to tell the noobs what a monument is, so you have never used it. Yeah, you could do the Eden project. The Eden project hurts your city, though. It spikes your land value too much. And then you end up with a huge rush in population. Watch the unique building tier list, Harry. It explains why that can be a dangerous building, the Eden project one. Cool. Anyway, yes, we are Mirandian now because everything's kind of just wrapped up. That's what I wanted to do this episode, or this stream. Get these areas tied up and tied off together. So we can start to move on to other areas of Noob Yoke. So yeah, so next week's episode of Noob Yoke is going to be the modern mid-century sort of showcase and use of that content creator pack. So we can do some nice things with it. I think I might even show off what we're going to do briefly. So we've got some really cool ideas in store from Imperator. So we're going to make a little elevated sort of land area here. Okay, it's like a little embanked sort of section. Let me turn the time of day back as well, because it's really dark. So yeah, we'll terraform this out more than we need it. Just so we can show off the general concept. Then we're going to have the tram system flow through the suburb, and every time that we stop for the tram, we will come to pedestrian road. And then if we use some terraforming to push the pedestrian road around onto that embankment, so we'll have this sat in the suburb at some point. And then off the back of that, we want to grab just a tram only road. And then with a small elevation point, we want to bring this up by 3 and then have that flow through the suburb. And then of course you can imagine as we begin to sort of slope all of this out here to make it a little bit more friendly for pedestrians, We can maybe get some like zoo path with decoration snapped into the grid. Sort of like meanders down this little hill. And then back to the suburban level. And then you can just slowly imagine how a suburb like that will slowly piece together. So we have the trams flowing through. So this is not my design. This is Imperator's design, this one. Like, he's come up with the idea of embanking a tram pedestrian road on the hill. So good, so clever. Really cool way of using trams. And then either side of this, again, we're going to have those bridges. So we'll come up. We'll have that go out there. So we'll set this public transport system up, have the trams flow through the suburb, and then wrap up this entire sort of design with modern mid-century, which will be really cool. And then we'll have this flow through the suburb and sort of sit at the foot of the secondary downtown for New York, which you can imagine once it's all designed, it's going to look pretty cool. Yeah, wonderful. So that's what we're doing next week anyway. I will record that for you all tomorrow. But we are going to leave the stream now though, and we're going to go ahead and say goodbye because we've finished all the jobs that I wanted to do today. And we're going to go and get ready for some recording over the weekend. Cool, let's put our nighttime view on. There we go. Okay, let's have a little catch up on the chat before we do say goodbye. As you like Farthest Frontier, you'll probably like Dawn of Man. Can't say I've heard of it, Tony. I'll check it out though, mate. Thank you for the suggestion. Egg, are you British? Yes, I am. Red Baron. More specifically English, if you want to know what part of Britain. Egg, please make a video where you use the monument from Green Cities in a build. Yes, SW fan. I've had someone else ask for a build with the ultimate recycling plant as well. Yes, we will do it. I'll use it. I'll use that one. And I think that's it. Yes, it's going to look awesome, Egg. Thank you, Claire. It looks interesting. Thank you, Malay. Watching videos, he's amazing with his designs. Yes, Imperator's like my favourite builder. Imperator's like the best. Yeah, like in terms of like the other major content creators. Yeah, Imperator's just like the way he processes this game is just crazy. The dude's insane. He's so good. Yeah, he's a really cool guy as well. If you haven't checked out Imperator, please do, but I'm sure you all know him. But yes, we're going to leave the stream there, guys. Thank you for hanging out on a Friday afternoon. I'm going to head off now and start some dinner, and then watch England, and then get ready for recording Noobs Guide. Yeah, just some cute little jobs today. I appreciate you hanging out and supporting it. There's nothing kind of massively exciting happening in this stream. It's just little odd jobs that, you know, that I would normally do off camera, but we might as well stream them together and hang out. I hope you guys have had fun at least. And at least managed to find some sort of perhaps vanilla inspiration from the little suburb designs that we've talked about today. I hope so. Can I say bottle of water? You want me to say it without the T's, don't you? You want me to say bottle of water rather than bottle of water, which is how no English person speaks. Let's see if there's anyone streaming. I doubt there is, because no one really streams cities these days on YouTube. At least, no, there's a load of like random Asian channels streaming again. I can't really host them because you guys can't speak what looks to be Korean, so it's just going to be spamming their chat, isn't it? Alright, let's host Few Candies ILOS episode. We'll go ahead and grab that. So there's about to be a link in the live chat. That is a link to Few Candies build in ILOS that she did last night. It was very good. It was incredible. She did like a construction site in the Mile Grid. Please go show some support on it. I also did a build in Oridon, which is Few Candies City, as part of that collaboration. It's on the channel last night. Also a tier list video went up today as well, looking at the plazas and promenades maps. So if you haven't seen that and you want to see some plazas maps reviews, then go check it out. But otherwise, thank you Few Candy and Exit for modding the stream, Jane as well for a little bit. I do appreciate you everyone, and we'll shout out some of the regulars, of course, Autumn Rain, Harry, Josh, Ian B, Claire, Martin, Lauren, Jen, Darshalin, Malay, Jude, Viscosity, Nicola, Sofa. You're all amazing, guys. Thank you for hanging out, everyone. Am I looking forward to the US game? Yes, I am, Sofa. Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to the US game. Hopefully England win. Not that it makes a difference. Not going to win the World Cup, are we? Maybe. It's coming home, boys. It's coming home. We'll leave it till the semi-finals before we start saying it's coming home. Right? We got burnt in the Euros last year. We'll say that again. Well, thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Have a wonderful weekend. Appreciate you all. And as always, enjoy the rest of your day.